Run a restaurant and you learn pretty quick. The sound of a crisp fry starts way before the first bite. As delivery and to-go keeps business booming,
order for pickup.
McCain's SureCrisp fries keep orders crispy.
Hey, delivery.
After the trip, the crispiness comes through. McCain's SureCrisp fries. Go the distance. See how far our fries can take your business at surecrisp.com/delivery.
You're commuting home with Katz and Cosby. Now, here's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby on 77 WABC.
And we are back here on Katz and Cosby. Tom Homan coming out, the new border czar, who's going to be meeting tomorrow with Eric Adams, saying in Chicago, if you're not going to help us deport criminal migrants, guess what? We will prosecute you. So holding nothing back. Joining us now is Ron Vitiello, former border chief. Ron, your reaction. There's no gray here. He means it, right?
He absolutely does. This is someone that knows this work from the front line, and in the halls of Washington. So I'm very pleased that the president tapped him, to do this work. And these cities, the formerly great city of Chicago, needs to take a lesson from Mayor Adams, who is more than willing to remove the hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens who are also criminals in New York. So this is necessary for a number of reasons, but it will save lives. That's the bottom line, right? You're going to take people who do not deserve to live in this country, who have already broken the law to get here, and break another law in a place like New York. We don't need those people in our communities. We just don't.
You know, Ron Vitiello, former border chief, this is incredible. San Diego passes a bill. The city council there, I couldn't believe it. And they're bragging about being a super sanctuary city, saying that even if they're criminals who are convicted of serious crimes like murder and rape, they're not going to hand them over to ICE. What a disgrace.
Yeah, the formerly great city of San Diego used to call themselves America's finest city. What are they doing? They're protecting people who are in the country illegally. That you can argue that's a worthy debate, whether we're going to deport people that are here illegally or not, right? The left wants to talk about it all the time. They make it sound like there's a big boogeyman out there in the ICE deportation. But this is not just people who are here illegally. These are people who are in San Diego in violation of federal law by dint of being in the country illegally, and have committed other crimes against San Diegans. What are they doing? It's a destructive policy, and it will cost lives. Look what happened to these young women all over the country, like Lake and Riley, who were victims of people who were not supposed to be here and were also criminals.
Tony Carbonetti.
Ron, you're 100% correct. The original concept of sanctuary cities was so you didn't create a second class of citizens or people who weren't allowed to call the police if they were the victim of a crime or if they saw a crime for fear of being deported. But the idea that you're going to protect illegals that commit crimes, that's not what a sanctuary city was originally intended to be. That's ridiculous.
No, I totally agree with you. And I think the left over-indexes on these poor people that are afraid to call. Just imagine if your own child was injured by somebody, you're not going to call the police because you're in the country illegally, and you know that
was the intention originally. And you're right. The left screws it up by going and saying, no, we're going to protect the criminals now.
And President Trump now says, I'm the new sheriff in town. There are no sanctuary cities. So make his day.
Absolutely. I'm hopeful that the new attorney general will file charges against these cities or restrict the millions of dollars that we send to these places in grant money for law enforcement. I hope all of that gets restricted in places like San Diego.
It will be
destructive policy.
I love
There's a new sheriff in town. It will be.
Yeah, so he's got a good deputy.
If they want to play with the president of the United States, let them try to pray.
And Tom Homan too. Yeah. I love it. Ron Vitiello, thank you. It's really great to have you here, Ron.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.